Hey guys, welcome to this week's training highlights. This week I decided to change the format a little bit, so I have three main sections, the vaulting, the groundwork, and climbing. And I just put the sessions for that week, the clips from this week, I put them in those subsections, so maybe it's a bit easier to review. So yeah, here we start with the vaulting, some step throughs, some lazy vaults. Also experimented a bit with changing direction, like coming out of the lazy vault at different angles to practice that a bit, because that's a large part of bringing that hand around is directionality, right? So this is the C day. That's quite a breakthrough, especially for the thief bolts in this one. Just by paying attention to my entry foot stance, how I'm going into the bolts. So as you can see in these clips here, if I have one of my feet forward, much easier to go into a thief, and if I have the other foot forward, much easier to go into a lazy. And I'd never really noticed that before, so that was really helpful. Okay, getting into some groundwork here. This is the AU practicing session. I didn't totally stick to low AUs, I varied it a little bit with some full AUs in there too. I have noticed from looking over this footage that it seems like my low AU exits quite frontally. Like my leg comes out in front of me more than it comes out to the side. Maybe that's because I'm comparing it to how it comes out in a full AU or in a Halle, but yeah. Then we went into some hard ground flow, improvisation, exploration kind of stuff. I had some good stuff that I didn't record, and the stuff I did record seems to have been a lot of quadrupedal movement combined with Halles and step throughs, but you know, that's okay. I also completely forgot about the ground calm, it seems. And then finally the climbing. This is the A session, which was kind of reviewing the previous week's material and getting some traversing in there too. This is the C session of week 4, focusing mostly on traversing. Also did this closer to home. I planned out some routes on this tree, and it gave me a good challenge actually. There are a few spots where, well, one spot in particular actually you'll see later, I'll point it out, where I couldn't really get past the section until I used my legs correctly. Like I had to kind of hug the tree with my legs and then slowly lower down into it. Otherwise, I would just kind of swing and not have any control through it. This particular transition. So I'm trying to get around the other side of the tree, but it just, there's too much of my weight high up and I can't really control it. So here I'm trying to figure out how I can do this without, you know, just slipping off. And I end up with doing some funky leg stuff, and it worked out, which was kind of cool. So that wraps it up for me this week, guys. Let me know what you thought of the new video format, if it was helpful or not. I'd like to hear your thoughts. See you next week for week 5.